vegetables. A lawyer sells lies. I'm kidding, it's any lawyers. Lawyers sell time. What's up, Briefing Fan? March here, Fragbox TV. Okay, let me show you some new corals we got in. This beautiful, boom, American Bulldog, what up? This guy actually got skunked. He got sprayed. He smells like ass. Okay, no, let's get into it. Let me show you what we got in. Next week, actually, in a couple days, Wednesday, I'm coming to Florida. Ocean View Aquarium's gonna be there. Strictly Fish in Miami, and Frank's Aquarium. So, you know, maybe we'll run into each other. Who knows? Okay, so we got in some new stuff. Oh, I forgot one more. Jamie, underwater gardener. His name's Jamie in the Keys. We're gonna visit him too. So, new Australian corals. You guys saw me on the channel. I was talking for a little bit about how empty the tanks were looking, and it was time for a shipment. I was prolonging it. I was really hoping to make a trip overseas to go do some hand picking. I'm getting the itch to go visit Indonesia, but it was not in the cards for us. So instead, we brought in some beautiful, how many times can I say beautiful? Australian corals. I'm trying, it's like I never stop trying to improve the pricing structure here in the store. We've done this kind of new, I'm gonna show you these in a second, like this new row system here. If you're local, you're watching this and you want to give us feedback, does it work for you? Does it not? Do you like using the iPads? Do you hate the iPads? Do you like the channel? You don't like the channel? Let us know. This was really, why is there a password on this? Who the hell did this? It was to make it easier for you guys to shop, to be more transparent with the pricing, to improve order accuracy online. I think it's working, but anyways, we're gonna do something similar over here. Like, let's start with this one. Long tentacle plate corals. They're all virtually the same size and the same color. So we've moved away a little bit from what you see is what you get for things that have little to no variation, still equally beautiful. If I send you this one or I send you this one, they're the same. You're gonna get a really healthy, beautiful piece. What we do normally in the shop is we pick the one that we would want as a customer. So let's say you bought this online. You know, I might make this, let's say, I don't know, plate row number 3, purple plates or something, right? When I'm picking the order, I still do box a lot and ship a lot of the orders out. What I do is think, okay, which one looks the best? And if I was standing here, I was in March's shoes, which one would I pick? And that's how we try and send this stuff out. So lots of plate corals and looking really good considering, what time is it? Let's see. Considering they've only been in the tank 10:55. I have a weird background, I know. It just reminds me to be smart with money and invest. This is a kind of a silly thing. It's about compound interest and how 1% interest over the course of 10 years can make the difference of $1 million. Okay, anyways, I'm into finance. So, what was I saying? They've only been in the tank for about 3 hours. This was a very, very late shipment. So 2:30 I was up, 3 to 3:30 at the airport, back at the shop around 6, 7, very, very late, many, many hours. They look great. They don't look like they just traveled from Australia here. Open brain corals looking really good. We have 2 varieties, so these kind of like tealy, bluey green. I think I'm a little bit colorblind. Some people may call it something else. And then they have really nice sort of like patterns and scratches throughout them. I'm always trying to get smaller sizes when it comes to LPS corals for a number of reasons. One, they ship better, like these ones. To get them here, they ship a lot better. They arrive healthier. We have way less DOA when they're smaller as opposed to, you know, really, really big ones. Many customers can find a spot for a smaller, meaty LPS. When I say meaty LPS, what do I mean? Stuff that we typically wouldn't frag, that they're gonna get puffy, that they're gonna get meaty, kind of like these right here. These little Australian Cinerias or Acanthophilias. I call them meaty LPS, M-E-A-T-Y, like meat. So they just ship a lot better when they come in, they ship a lot better when they go out, and if you have, let's say, you know, a reef casa tank, ta-da, or a Red Sea Reefer 170 or 250, it's plausible, it's feasible to find room for something that's only a couple inches. When we get in massive, you know, 10-inch, 12-inch pieces, we sit on them forever. People just don't have the tanks, the size, the price of them, because the shipping is so expensive on them too. You know, stuff like this, we end up sitting on this beautiful flower pot coral, but the smaller tank, it's going to take up your entire aquarium. I see one piece here that already looks like it is not going to make it. Unfortunately, oh, speaking about corals that don't make it, let's go take a look at the acro, because LPS usually ship really, really well. We don't have a lot of issues. Acro, not so much. But you know what? Looking really good, and one of them is really standing out to me. I haven't had one of these for a very, very long time, so let me just start off with this one. It is the Ice Fire Enchilada. Not for the faint of heart. This is not an easy piece to keep. It is unbelievable if you can and grow it out. Actually, I have two. There's another one right over there. It's quite rare. This is not showing off how nice they are. Go on Google and type Ice Fire Enchilada, not enchilada. Sounds like enchilada, but change the lada part for tada part. ATA. Beautiful millipora, man. When the polyps are out on this thing, few Acropora species are as impressive as a healthy and beautiful colored up millipora colony. I think I'm seeing 3 of them here, but they look really good. The water came super clear, and I ordered more than usual on the leather corals. You know, I've just got a growing soft spot for leathers, so I'm always trying to score something new. So we have this really cool, kind of like vibranty, almost yellow color, not quite a yellow Fiji, and one over here. I really like this. It's just starting to open up. It's like a blue, almost white. So leather corals are one of the few corals that we can get almost like a white color where it is still healthy. Generally, white, not a good sign. I can't really think of anything other than maybe pipe organ. Sometimes we see pretty white pipe organ and it can be just a normal healthy color. What else? Maybe I'm forgetting something. You guys can comment below. Acro, definitely not. There's no healthy white ones. Euphilia, no. Zoanthids, no. Acans, no. No, all I can think of off the top of my head, maybe an Alveopora. Sometimes we get them so light. Oh, hello fishy, you're saying hi to the camera. Sometimes we get Alveoporas so light blue, almost a white color, that they're still healthy. But generally, I would say just those two, at least that I can think of right now. Okay, let me jump over to the other side and show you some other classic Australian corals. We got a couple of clams in. 3, I think 2, no, what are you? You're all Maximus. I'm just looking at the shells and trying to decide. And remember, did I order squamosas? I don't think so. We have some ORA clams that are going to come sometime at the end of October, maybe when I get back. So these guys are looking really good for just being shipped. 26 acan colonies in total. So nicest acan, Lordoensis, still coming out of Australia. We do see some out of Indonesia and Malaysia, but they're just kind of different. Even though the same species, something about the water just makes them different. But a nice variety of color and sizes. These I'm going to do WYSIWYG because they're going to be a little bit more expensive, and there's so many little variations and nuances. But some pieces, it just, like the Ghanis, they're all big, they're all bright green. I'm going to send you a healthy one. This is what I'm talking about. Oh man, why didn't I just focus over this initially? This is almost white. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but still a healthy piece. Some really nice branching green stem Duncan coral. That's a mouthful. Why green stem? Because the stems are green, and this is a very easy to keep LPS. Polyps are not out yet, but I talk about this in the channel all the time. This is something, if you told me that I was doing, let's say, even 5 years ago, what would that be? 2019? Pre-COVID. If you said, March, there's going to come a time where you're going to order frags from overseas, direct from your suppliers, already fragged corals, I would say, listen, future March, you don't know what the March you're talking about, all right? I was wrong, and I am wrong, and here they are. Here are things that are worth buying, fragged. Why? Because, for a number of reasons, they are already fragged, which means we don't have to go through the work of cutting them, which takes quite a bit of time, you know, cost of labor, plus the cost of the plug. Plugs are about 40-50 cents each. The glue, and they're not all going to make it. This way, all the work is done. I don't like to use the word product when I'm describing livestock, like corals or fish, but in some senses, they are. This is the product that we've chosen to sell. You know, farmer sells his vegetables, a lawyer sells lies. I'm kidding, it's any lawyers. Lawyers sell time. We sell corals. That is our product, mostly. Actually, we have other products on the shelves. Lots of products. 2,000 SKUs to be exact. Yeah, and 60, I think we're at 62 of them come from Reef Casa. 62 different products. It is way more than just an aquarium company. But it is worth it to buy frags, and voila, here they are. They're already done. They look great. They're already opening. They're going to be ready for sale, I would say, within the next couple days. I don't like to sell them when they're like this, super fresh right out of the bag. You want to give them some time to just sort of acclimatize. And I know that people will come in and get a little, oh sorry, stop from the camera, get a little frustrated because they want it right away. And we say, no, you got to wait. And they don't want to hear that, but I'm saying it for you. I'm saying it in your best interest. I don't want the coral to die, number one. They're living and I love them, each and every single one. Number two, I love each and every single one of my customers. Okay, 99% of you, the 1%, whatever. And I don't want you to lose your money or for the coral to die. So for those reasons, we like to let them sort of hang out, let them do their thing, acclimatize. Maybe they're not all gonna make it. And sometimes when they're stressed, they show a really cool color and it'll draw your eye into it. And you know, you'll want to take it home, but really it's showing a stress color, which is like this exaggerated, sort of saturated look of the coral. Sometimes, well, the ones that look the coolest are actually the most unhealthy. Let me go on this side. I was kind of scanning with my eyes to see if I could show you one, but I'm not seeing any like that right now. This is pretty cool. Beautiful wild red flower pot coral, and because we have so many of those frags I just showed you there, you know, I can offer a colony like this. I'm going to take photos of it very shortly. Zoanthids, just starting to open up, but Australian zoanthids are very unique. They're really unlike any other. We do get a lot of blue, which is a kind of a cool color for zoas. It is quite rare. I can only think of really the blue hornets. These ones we call blueberries. We get them in from Australia. And what other blue corals? I guess blue mushrooms, blue acro, but for zoanthids, that's quite a rare color to find like a true blue, and it's really funky because they almost always from this supplier come on these long branches, so it's almost like thinner tonga branches, but then they're just covered in zoas, and it's almost always a cluster. Don't use the F word. A cluster bomb. That's what I'm going to say. We don't swear on this channel. I've never sworn in my entire life. So yeah, almost always clustered with like 2 to 3 different varieties, and I find it kind of fun to go in there and try and, you know, I'm trying to focus on this one here, isolate the 1 or 2 that are almost like a hitchhiker on the rock, but just so different than the other ones, and maybe even worth, you know, cultivating. So nice collection of those, and then some freaky mushrooms. Check these out. Too bad Kavina's not here because she would be all over this. Who's Kavina? Kavina is our employee of the year. She's not here right now though. She's in Thailand, so she's currently on a leave in absence, and we are watching all of her corals. Everything in this tank actually belongs to her, and I don't know how she did it, but all of this was in a 24 gallon. This is a 56 gallon, and it looks full. She had all of that crammed into the tank's missing, but our Laguna tank, which goes here, it's 22 by 20 by 12. It's 24 gallons. All of that was in there. It was insanity. We have some photos on her site, but she's coming back shortly. She's going to take home her stuff, and then we're going to take that tank down. What else? What else can I show you? Let me go over here because I just completely glossed over the Euphilia. These are really freaky. They are very vibrant. They're almost, you know, it's something in between yellow and green. I'm not sure how to describe the color, and you'll see on the site I often avoid color in the description because I don't want to call this yellow and then you get it and you go, oh, it's green. So I do my best to take as accurate as a photo as possible, and then we have very, very low complaint rate. Is that the word I'm going to use? No. People saying that it's not like the photo. Very, very low. And anytime that we do, we just credit or refund. I can't argue with color because it's subjective, right? So if people feel like, hey, this looks nothing like the photo, I'm sorry. I tried my best. It didn't work. The camera plus the lighting. There's my eyes. There's your eyes. There's 2 different monitors at play. And there's shipping involved. You know, they can lose color during shipping and stress. Let me give you your money back. I don't ever want anyone to feel like they didn't get what they thought they were getting. So, but they are nice. All that being said, I'm a little bit closer to the yellow side. This is a pretty cool frog spawn. I didn't order too much Euphilia because I'm trying to line up an Indonesia order at the end of this month as well. So I probably won't make my way over there until February. This is funky. I really like this hammer right here. That is a cool piece. Very, very nice in a subtle way. It's not like screaming yellow. It's just kind of like this muted orange color that's kind of unusual to find. This is pretty cool too. Very large wall hammer. These are ones that do not ship well at all. When we ship these out, very difficult. They don't arrive very happy. Customers aren't happy, and corals often perish. So stuff like this, you'll see on the site I'll do like pickup only, like this one or this one. They're massive. These aren't even open yet. They're about 7 inches, just the skeleton. So maybe double that. Once they open, I have to watch out how big they're actually going to take up space here in the tank. These also do not ship very well. Zinnias, Suspicillarias, for whatever reason, we use a lot of it. I ship this almost like I ship an Acropora. I use a lot of water, way too much water. Well, not too much, way more than you would expect, along with a little bit of carbon. We have a little carbon box here of our packing station, and we will throw in just a touch of carbon, and I find that does help. But I ship them as if they were high-end Acropora species, even though in some cases they're like a weed, the zinnia. They just grow, and they can wreak havoc sometimes if you do not keep them in control. I was really hoping this was going to be nicer. This is a really nice piece of clove polyps, but alas, it came murky as heck. How many pieces DOA? I think on this order I counted somewhere between 6 and 8. We might see a couple more might go in the next day or two. But you know what? All in all, pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. These are some funky mushrooms, some like Persian rug is sometimes what we call them. Oh, Calistrea, is that how you pronounce the Latin name? Trumpet coral. Nice big purple and green colonies. I have a lot of frags of them already made from a previous shipment, so if you want to score a bigger one, you can message us and I'm happy to sell you one of these before they get fraggy frag. This is how they look after some time in our systems. They actually get a really cool ring. Look at that going around the edge. This came also from Australia, but we've had these for quite some time. Anything that you saw in today's video, I'm happy to just screenshot and just let me know which one, and I can give you a price if it's not already up on the site. If you're in Iceland, apparently I can ship to you guys because they don't follow CITES. We've been selling a lot of corals to Iceland, and it's relatively inexpensive, $60 US to ship corals from here to Iceland. So we've found our little niche there, the Iceland coral market. To the US, not so easy, not so expensive to ship, but they all need paperwork. They all need CITES. So let's say you wanted to buy this piece right here. March, I want to support you and I love that coral. I want to buy it. Okay, let me put it in a box and send it to you. About 60 bucks to ship it from where we are here to most places in the US, maybe a little bit more. The problem is it is illegal because it needs CITES document paperwork, and each individual coral has to be listed on the CITES. It's a couple $100 to apply for that CITES, and it takes about a month to get it back, and it's just not feasible for like one piece. Now maybe if you said I want all your acants, I mean all of them, then we can talk. Maybe we can send, make something happen. But for 1 or 2 pieces, it's really not feasible to do it legally and do it properly. So that is why we do not ship corals outside of this country, and it's our domestic market here. The Canadians are going to gobble it all up, so it really doesn't make sense for us. But if you are in a country like Iceland, like I said, maybe it doesn't follow the Convention of International Trade of Endangered Species, and we can send it to you if you're willing to pay the shipping and take the risk of us sending it. We don't offer arrive alive guarantee if it leaves the country. Only within our borders we offer 7 days arrive alive and stay alive guarantee. Okay, that's it. I'm tired of talking. You guys must be tired of listening to me. Look at his leg. Look how he's sleeping. You're so funny, Mr. Diggs. What am I going to do when you're not here? I love you so much. This is my son. Okay, that's it. We'll see you guys maybe in Florida, and if not, maybe on the next episode of Fragbox TV. Bye for now.